Hi, my name is Darcy Nyrose from Nyrose & Associates and Coldwell Banker Horizon Realty. Welcome to 2021 January market stats for Kelowna. Well, I'm going to start off with a couple things. First, I'm going to talk about listings or sellers and buyers versus inventory. So, listings. We are lacking inventory. Problem is we've had 2 months of the lowest number of listings back to back over 10 years. So what does that do? It creates a supply and demand, which then creates it harder for buyers to buy because there's less inventory out there and there's a lot more competition for each home. It's good for the sellers, I would assume. However, a lot of sellers that we've been talking to have decided that they want to hold off because they're worried if they sell their home, they cannot find a home again for themselves. Either moving up, moving down, different locations. The fact is that if the sellers actually put the homes on the market and they price it correctly, yes, it will sell. However, more on the market gives more inventory, gives a little bit more of a balanced market, and it allows everyone to be able to move without the fear of being homeless. So, secondly, buyers. Now, I wanted to concentrate on buyers mainly because there is a huge issue right out there right now in the market. We have first-time buyers, we have move up, move down buyers, and of course we have investors. I'm going to start with investors. Investors are coming from all over, mainly in Canada, from Vancouver all the way out east and locally, of course. What investors are doing is they are driving or helping drive up the market with the pricing because they are coming in and they are bidding up against first-time home buyers or move up and down buyers who have a little bit more of a threshold on their final end price or on their timing for completion date. Investors are coming in and they're overbidding you on price and they're flexible on completion dates. So what that is doing is it's putting more and more first-time buyers out of the market, or they're pushing first-time home buyers to their max price, and we're seeing things start to crumble. So they pay a little bit more and then they go through their due diligence if they have conditions even in this market, and they find they might have pushed themselves over their ratio on their kind of income versus what they're spending. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that first-time home buyers, they get proper representation, they get the proper realtor, the proper knowledge, they make sure that what they're looking to buy, the price is accurate. When they do the market pricing, who are they up against, how are they protecting themselves before they put the offer in. There's nothing wrong with putting the offer in without conditions if you've done your due diligence. You do not want to be caught in 3 to 5 years when your mortgage comes up for renewal, your interest rates change, or if the market has some little bit of a change up or down. So let's be careful. If you're looking to buy, please call an experienced agent, Nyrose & Associates. Now, if you're moving up and down, what's going to happen there is you have to time it with something called completion date. You have to get out of your home and into the home most likely the same day because you're transferring funds from one to the next, and of course your contents. You don't want to be homeless. That is another issue when we're up against investors, and a little bit with first-time home buyers because they're usually renting, so they have a little bit more flexibility. So when you're moving up or down, make sure again you have an experienced realtor that helps you navigate through that. And it's not just price, it's price, completion date, and inclusions. And right now during COVID, it's conditions. We want to make sure we keep them tight, and we make sure we don't have conditions in there that we don't need if we've already met them or we've already reviewed them and succeeded on that condition. All right, so let's talk about inventory. When you're out there looking, you seem to be going around in circles. So are we, because we see a home come on the market and it gets snapped up. So here's a couple suggestions. If you've got the time and you're a first-time home buyer, there are some great new inventory coming out in developments, townhomes, condos, and some lots. Lots are a little bit different. We're going to talk about that on another time. But if you're looking for new developments, what that does, it allows you not to necessarily get into multiple offers. Because usually in a townhouse or on a condo site, we have what's called vertical stacking, or multiple homes of the same type inside or outside homes in a townhouse community. So that allows you not to compete against each other, but it allows you a little bit more time to find the home you like. You may not get top floor, but you may get third or second or ground floor, which is always still good. It's the same home, maybe different view corridor. So remember that when you're out there looking, take a look at new inventory or stuff that's coming. However, even more cautious, making sure you have an experienced agent, because there's disclosure or completion dates that move up and down. there's just timing on financing. You got to make sure that you have financing approved for 12, 18, 24, 36 months. So please take a look at it, but make sure you secure an experienced agent. Don't go on this on your own, because you will find out in 3 to 5 years you may have wished you had an agent. Now let's go on to what happened in January. Condos. If you can believe, we had 378 listings in January. That's down 19% this time last year. However, we had 110 condos sell in January. That is up 72%. January has just been on fire. And then the average price was $387,530, which is just up 1% over the same time last year. We saw condos fluctuate up and down, and they stayed pretty consistent over the year. Now townhomes had a little bit different of a story. 201 listings, so we're down again 30%, so the inventory is tight. We sold 76, which is a 100% increase over this time last year. Average price $593,935. That's 30% over this time last year. That's a huge price increase. Now, single family homes mimics the same as townhomes. We had 536 listings, down 45%. Now, the single family home was the biggest target this year for people moving in. They want a little bit more space. We saw 209 homes sell. That's a 55% increase. And pricing average $936,013. That's up 30% over this time last year. Now, I talked to you in December and we told you what the average price was. It was a little bit higher, but I'll tell you why, because I'm going to tell you the highest and lowest sale in January for each product category. So the highest condo that sold in January was $885,000. That was downtown. And of course the lowest was in Big White, $99,400. Big White is also on fire. And we mentioned the average sale price was $387,530, which is still reasonable for a condo. Townhomes, we're seeing a little bit of a bump up because we saw the highest townhouse sell at $1,020,000. That was in Big White. Again, Big White we're seeing prices all over the map sell. And the lowest was in Rutland at $247,500 for a townhome, and the average was $593,935. Now let's move over to the housing. Highest sold this month was $4,798,000. December we had that anomaly of a $20 million home sale. So still, this is incredible. This is a high number. Lowest was $335,000. That was out in beautiful Fintry there. And the average was $936,013. So what I want you to be careful is the average price is a tough one to look at, because we may have a high sale one month or a lower the next, which this one we're only 500 versus December's 20. That skews the average sale price. So when you're buying or selling, don't just look at the average or the most expensive or the one down the street, because sometimes the street is great, you're all in the same street, but you have a different product. So if you're looking to buy or sell in the Kelowna market, please call Nyrose and Associates at 250-258-9888, and I look forward to talking about the February stats.